I'm inside my car right now. I thought I'd come out here. The light's good. I've brought like several examples because I have one of the red stones here that I've kind of I'm washing the my artwork off. I'll get back to that in a moment. So these are rocks from when I lived in Bristol, Connecticut, actually the Forestville side. And I believe I was on burial ground, and these were probably, my guess, the burial mementos or something. Sorry, I don't want to be grave robbing, but they left me, it was almost as if somebody was telling me, oh, you're an artist? I'm an artist too. Let me show you what I could do. And it's like I've been trying to decode what these ugly red rocks were hiding, and finding out that some of them weren't really rocks to begin with, and the idea of like things degrading. So yes, this is the one that I think I'm the most proud of, is the mammoth and the mastodon walking side by side. I believe it means like a joining of tribes, or a couple of, like maybe brothers, or but then when you flip it over this way, you've got the mammoth here, the mastodon here. These are great optical illusions. You've got the mammoth here. Now, I didn't finish painting all of this in, and where you have that illusion of those two heads on either side. These used to be leather, and there's stitches. So what I did was I wanted to leave some of the rock on this one and be able to show the stitches. Even with experts, I have a difficult time trying to explain that leather petrifies. I even have a petrified moccasin. So I'm trying to get through that. There's different this is the way you view this art that's probably around 12,000 some years old. So this one, I believe, is a bone. Okay, so you have that's the animal that's looking down with the nose over here and the tail here. So this one, I believe, was carved from a bone, and I just like highlighted the edges. So that animal is like turned looking that way, but if I flip it around this way, wait, oh, you've got, I think that's the wolf howling to the moon, but now you've got an animal, like maybe a cat or something. That's its back. There's a wolf howling to the moon. Okay. You might see other things. I mean, because they're so full of art. Maybe an animal head that way. So I'm not trying to get to that, but another mammoth walking to the right. Now I'm going to hold it in a certain way, like where these little black arrows here, I think there's like thread marks right above my thumb. It's kind of blackened. I've been pointing out threading, like up there. You might see folds. I try to skip that part, like, because I think these were animal hide to begin with. If we turn it this way, you've got the short-faced bear. Oh yeah, when you take the mammoth and turn it this way, you've got a cat. So even like right in there, maybe cat's eye. We'll see the thread marks right there above my thumb. Okay. This one, where you've got this head. And see, I left this natural color. That's, I mean, even though it's like the areas are called like Redstone Hill, Redstone this, and that kind of indicates like iron deposits. There's another face right there. Animal head. Oh yeah, I found this bear where you turn him. You take that head, the ear is here, and the nose is right there. Sometimes I wonder if the red is also just from like animal hide. And then this one, I think it's just like a hardened piece of leather. The etchings are so small that, it's kind of hard to see things. But I believe that maybe there are like, I can kind of make out some images if I turn it into light. Even though this is just like not a very, just a kind of a plain, you might think it's a chip. But you see, like, I kind of highlighted a face there. One there. It's just a simple, you look at rocks differently. Okay, so back to this one. So this is like dissecting. I started to do, when I first pulled it up, I'm like, okay, what I see along this edge looks like, kind of like an ape or monkey. Some of these stones have kind of made me think, okay, well, maybe we did have a Sasquatch here, but it's not just that I'm trying to point out. And yeah, this is like this white stuff here that I have. That's like the artist medium I was trying to get off, and once you put alcohol on it, it just turns white. But I'm just trying to get rid of my artwork, so maybe I can just put something clear on it. But when I did that, it exposed more of those stitches. But I'm afraid if I keep going at it, it's gonna destroy the whole thing. And you can see where some of these little white flecks are. That's the stitch work. And you can kind of see it's very detailed. Even so much, like if I get to the edge here, let's see, I think this corner here, I think that's a human face, but I did pull up some, you can see right, the small amount of fibers that are standing away from the edge. That's just from me cleaning this off. You can see the stitches. This is animal hide. Oh, look at those. I'm trying to brush them off because they might just be lint from that's probably lint, but you can see there's 1, 2, 3, just, you can count them. Look along there. Those have been covered and petrified for thousands of years. Just see that. So these were some kind of ornaments made by paleo natives. I think this corner here, I'm just trying to decode what is this saying. I think that's like a native, or like a human face. Now this other side was a little, I had trouble getting this, and I actually think that putting straight vinegar on this broke some of that up. But even so, you can still see how much detail is there. Now, you can't really do this with just regular rocks, and if this was sandstone, if I put this much abuse into it, it would have just crumbled. There's there's so many threads, and they have direction. They go different ways. Like right in there, this the detail. So the question is, what is the intent here? Because I do think that is some kind of ape, maybe, because you've got a nostril there, and there is an eye there, and there's a forehead. Unless they're trying to say that people look like apes, I don't know. I don't think so. These little corners sometimes indicate ears, but if I turn it over this way, that's an ear. There's an eye there, and then there's a nose there. And then you can kind of make out, if I turn it, maybe, you can make out teeth. So on this side, you've got some kind of wolf thing, or some kind of vicious animal. But here we've got this human face. I mean, they're so busy. I mean, it just makes me wonder, what was this creator trying to say? And did we have apes? I mean, did these people walk among apes and monkeys? Was it the Pleistocene period? It'd be interesting to know, was that a Sasquatch? I don't think that's Neanderthal. All right, gotta go. Bye.